Hey, what's up, fellow YouTubers? This is Starscream1988, and I'm bringing you the second review, basically, on Captain Action. And so here he is. So this is basically the costume for Captain Action. This is part of Wave 1. This is Figure 1. As you can see, that's the Amazing Spider-Man. And very, very cool. I'm really glad. I like Spider-Man. He's up there. He's in my top 20 as for favorite characters, whatever or not. But yeah, so there's a little bio on that, so you can check that out. What's up, guys? We're here in my kitchen. A lot of glare, not a lot of glare. As you can see, those are some of the upcoming ones. Captain America is already out. Next coming up will be Thor and Iron Man, and with some bad guys coming out and whatever. They're doing Dr. Evil, and hopefully they'll have some of the bad guys coming out. And there it is. So again, it's not an action figure, it's just a costume. Captain Action is honestly it's glorified, and people are gonna get pissed off when I say this. It's a glorified Barbie for boys. Big difference though. Unlike some of those toy lines, and I did forget to show this on the Captain Action, but they're very they tell you straight up, ages 14 plus. So this is a collector's line of toy, so I don't think they're that delicate, but when you start looking maybe like at the web shooters, maybe they are a little delicate. So I think that's why they suggest 14 and up, because they are really, they're doing this for the fans, I think, more than anything. They're not trying to get a cartoon behind it or a comic book. And again, those things could follow later on, I think. But that's what they're going for. Now, here's the big thing, guys. Big difference between this and the Toys R Us version. Unlike the Captain Action, which it is $10 more, and what it brought was fine. But I think $10 more on these deluxe costumes are a lot nicer. I am 99% sure the retail version does not come with Peter Parker's head. Another thing that it doesn't come with, which is the big deal, is, as you can see there, once you collect 6 of these, I believe it's going to be 6, you can build Hawkeye. So that is very, very cool. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people wanting to build that. A lot of Hawkeye fans, as you can see. Part 1 comes with Hawkeye's arrows, bows, and quivers, as you can see. So that's really, really cool. Side of the package. I already showed you the back, the bottom, nothing special, and then the top there, you just basically see him. That's basically it. So we will take our Captain Action. We will undress him off cameras, and we'll see what he looks like as Spider-Man. Cool. Okay, and we're back, and there's Mr. Captain Action as Spider-Man. I like it. It's cool, but it does have its problems. It's not perfect by any means. One thing to note, you do get 2 pairs of hands. So what happens is you take these off, which, like I said, they're in a ball joint, and these would also be in a ball joint. That was kind of tough there because of the light, but let me see here. There you go. So yeah, there's a ball joint in there, but it's really, really tiny. So I'm having a really hard time clicking it in, and because it's kind of a soft PVC or ABS plastic, whatever this is made out of, I'm afraid that I'm going to break them, and I'll show you that in a second. So I don't know if I should take like a little knife and maybe cut into these a little bit so they click a little bit better, because they do fall off. So take that light off. I'll show you that in a second. So here he is. Again, it's not a perfect toy. It's the mask is form-fitting. There's his nose, and I'm trying to get him straight, but I couldn't, so I kind of gave up. But there's the seams of his helmet, so obviously you can kind of still see some skin there, and you can see his head. But again, it's form-fitting. It actually tries to wrap itself around there in the bottom, so that's kind of cool. Just like the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, it has the little wings there that they've brought back a couple times. here and there. So as you can see, so that's kind of cool. It fits really well. The arms don't really ride high, the sleeves I should say. So when you do put these on, it should, you know, look pretty good and it'll click pretty well, whatever not. Unlike the actual costume, this is actually part of the cloth or whatever. It's not a real boot, but you know, obviously it's a toy, so they made it into a rubber boot. The back sticks pretty well. First time I did it, it actually stuck better, but it's not too bad. They did a really good job in terms of the sewing and whatever not. So it's not too bad. So, but yeah, so here again, this is the little ball joint, and because it has a swivel motion, it seems to only be the way it's made. It's there, but then you can kind of see that little crack, and I'm afraid that if I push it too hard, I might break it because it looks a little delicate. So that's the only thing I'm kind of worried about. What we'll do is we'll take this off on camera so you can kind of see. Alright, you just kind of pull it out carefully, I guess. And then what we can do is, there's Mr. Oh, I know who he looks like. He looks like, what's his name? The founder of Playboy. Yeah, that's... God, I forgot. Oh, Hugh Hefner. He looks like a really young Hugh Hefner. But anyway, here's Peter Parker. You just kind of take it and try to keep it straight there. Blah, like the blob. And you just kind of take this. So his nose hopefully will line up. And let's see, hopefully he doesn't look too discombobulated. Just kind of form fit him, make sure everything is nice and tight there. His ears look pretty good, I guess. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, he looks a little, yeah, his head looks a little bit bigger than the body, unlike the Spider-Man one. You can obviously see the seams there. I guess if I could have changed anything about this, I wonder why they didn't think of just doing swappable heads. That probably would have been the best thing that they could have done. Another thing that they give you are the web shooters, which is pretty cool. So in case he loses his gloves or whatever, you can take those there like that. And oops, sorry. Take that one there like that. So that'll be underneath. And then you just take Captain Action's hands again, his original ones. And they can go like that, I guess. Oops, yeah, like that. So he has his web shooters in case he lost his gloves or whatever. There you go. Pretty interesting. So he's in mid-change of changing to his Spider-Man outfit, so that's kind of cool. And the other cool, neat thing that they gave you is, back in the day, they had him wearing a belt. And so it honestly looked just like this. And for the longest, they actually had this in the comics. What's cool about this belt is, well, if I can get it on, which seems like it's going to be a pain in the butt, maybe, kinda. This belt had two features. For those of you that don't know, he actually had his own, I guess it was kind of making fun of Batman. His belt actually lit off and it had a Spider-Man symbol, which is pretty funky. And the other thing that he created on it is, that's his little Nikon camera or Canon or whatever the hell it was. And you can attach it there, just like in the comics. You just have to press a little bit hard and boom, there you go. So he has his utility belt, aka spider signal camera. I mean spider signal with the camera. So whenever he was going to go into crime fighting, obviously, as you know, he would shoot up a web in the corner of a building and he would put the camera there and have it automatically shoot pictures. So very neat. I don't think this is actually available in the retail version, but it could be wrong. But again, kind of neat. I like this. I think if I did pose them, I might actually, if I kept them in uniform, I might keep them like this. There you go. Looks very different. And then some of the other items, like I said, it's 2 pairs of hands that you get. As you can see there, the Spider-Man mask. And he did bring these 3 cool pictures. These are all from actual comic books. What is that? This is Gabriel Del Otto. He's an Italian artist, and he obviously drew Spider-Man a few times. And I'm pretty sure this is actually from Secret War. Not Secret Wars, but Secret War. So that's kind of cool. Don't know who drew this one. So, sorry about that. There you go. And then last but not least, Amazing Fantasy 15. Which is pretty nice. Or is it Amazing Spider-Man 1? It's either Amazing Spider-Man 1, Amazing Fantasy 15. That's basically it. And they also give you like this mock of the Daily Bugle. It does open, but there's nothing there. And then the last thing about this set is why I think a lot of people will probably buy this over the retail is so you can create Hawkeye. So open that up. And there it is. There's this quiver, his holster, and 3 arrows. Oh, that is awesome. Look at this one, folks. He has Ant-Man holding on to one of them so he can shoot him into the bad guys or something. Sorry that my camera is not focusing, but as you can see there, that is awesome. I wasn't expecting this. That's pretty cool. And then that's probably like a sonic arrow there, and then there's just a regular arrow there. So very cool. I'm pretty sure it is 6 figures. It might actually only be 4, but we'll see. And that's basically it. I mean, obviously, you can have Spidey hold on to them for now, like that. And then, you know, he could hold the quiver and whatever not. So cool, that is basically it. That is my review on the Captain Action Spider-Man uniform. If you guys see this in the stores, pick it up. I think it is actually pretty cool. It has some nice value, I think. If you love Marvel Comics, then you're gonna like this a lot, I think. It looks nice in this display format. Actually, let me do one last comparison. I'll keep Superman here next to him, as you can see. So it's kind of cool. You know, a lot of people would probably say, you know, they wish that they would have just made actual action figures of the toy instead of having these mock-up costumes and whatever. But you know, it is what it is. This is what we have for now. So that's basically it. So again, look forward to the Captain America review, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye bye.